Rapid Flow, and today we're going to be running the Louder Than Liftoff Silver Bullet MK2 in the context of an electronic music track. A couple of weeks ago I did a review of the Louder Than Liftoff Silver Bullet plugin. The guys from Louder Than Liftoff saw it, and we started chatting, and they asked if I wanted to maybe help out doing some video content for them, which I'm super happy to do. I've been using their devices in my studio for years already. So today we're going to listen to the hardware, and we will be doing videos also comparing it to the plugin and also tracking through it, but this is going to be only about how it sounds when you use it for your mixdown. So what we're doing here is we're running the Silver Bullet through these Prism Orpheus converters and using it as an insert in the DAW. If I go over to the master here, you can see it. Let's have a listen first, and then we'll dive into some details. Let me take you through the unit one by one so you know what the controls are and what the signal flow is like, and then we're going to listen to them in detail. So basically what we have here is it's a stereo tone amp. It has a lot of really interesting functions that are really intuitive to use. Let me show you a bit closer up to the device what you have at your disposal. Let's start maybe at the back here. It's a little bit easier to dive into. This is just the EQ, so you have the possibility here to influence your lows, your mids, and your highs. And on the left side, you have your selection for your input. You have a possibility to use it in a mixdown setting. There are separate inputs and outputs to use it in a tracking setting. We are going to be recording synths and drums through it at some point also, so that's going to be interesting. There is also mic inputs. We're going to be recording percussions through it also. And then this is the section that is very special about this device. So what you have here in essence is ways to influence your tone, and what we have is an emulation or an inspired circuit by a vintage classic American console from the 70s, discrete console, transformer coupled. We have an emulation of a British console from the 70s, again discrete and transformer coupled, and this is new in the Mark II unit. It's a slot or a segment where you can host a color module. It comes from the factory with a Hitmaker 4000. That should give you an indication. It's an IC-based transformerless console from the UK, again from the 80s. And with these you can sculpt your sound in really interesting ways. So let's start by listening and tweaking these. When you have these buttons mirroring each other opposite, you have unity gain. So that would be unity gain on the first sector, and that again would be unity gain. All right, let's have a listen. So what you can also do is run A topology into N topology or N topology into A topology, which is shown by this LED in the middle here. The LEDs also double as signal indicators and also drive indicators. So blue is kind of the sweet spot. Beyond that, you start to go more towards distortion. It's super easy actually to see how you're hitting it based off of that. Really well done system. The final section is a little bit different here for the Hitmaker. as a chip from the factory. This is a drive, and then you can do parallel blend in of how much of that driven signal you want in there. Yeah, then we have here the EQ section. So this is a low cut filter which you can set to 25 or 50 Hertz. 50 Hertz is more for a tracking setting where you want to remove rumble. 25 is generally what I tend to use for mixdown low cut. And then of course there's the tone section, low frequency boost and cut with 4 frequencies, the same for mids with 4 frequencies and an air band. Finally we have a vintage switch which emulates again console behavior from a classic British console from the 70s. What it does is it starts to shelf down very smoothly super high frequencies. We'll hear that better with the vocal with a lot of air driving it later in the video. And the aspect ratio is something that Louder Than Liftoff has developed to improve the stereo imaging. It's a really interesting circuit. It's quite subtle, but once you know what it's doing, it becomes quite addictive. So let's have a listen now to the EQ section and show you what that sounds like. So what I find super interesting to do is to put in the low cut at 25 Hertz. That adds kind of a boost around 30 Hertz, 40 Hertz I read in the manual, and then boost the low frequencies. The frequencies are extremely well chosen. This is something close to Pultec lows, 30 and 60 if I remember correctly. The other frequencies of course are higher. The mids again are a great way to sculpt your sound for presence in the mids, and then the airband just adds this very open sound that never really gets harsh unless you go to very extreme settings. Yeah, the vintage you can hear it quite well I think when you're boosting quite extremely in the air. So let's have a listen to that again. Purposely doing quite extreme settings here so that you can hear it better in a video and potentially compressed audio on YouTube. Maybe an important point to mention here is gain staging. The way that this is running is that I'm not hitting this at full blast. If I take everything out of the circuit, you will see I'm hitting this at 0 on the meter, which is really what's recommended also by Louder Than Liftoff. Have a look. And since a lot of people are using the plugin version of this now, I had a chat with the guys from Louder Than Liftoff about this, and really it's recommended not to hit the plugin all the way up to full scale on your mixdown and also on the meters of the unit, because you're just going to get a lot of distortion and probably not the good kind. So yeah, as you can see here, I still do have a lot more output left on my converters, but I'm not hitting it at the full loudness and then starting to add EQ, because it's just going to distort and clip. So I want to leave myself some room to be able to actually implement the drive and the EQing. So let's have a listen now of what this sounds like and bypass it from the DAW. Here we're sending the signal in and out of the DAW to the device. Let me try to get these matched as closely as possible from a gain point of view, and then let's do a bypass so we can hear the difference it's bringing. yes, we're super curious to hear your thoughts on this. If you're an electronic musician, hopefully this video is useful to you. Please write what you think in the comments below. We are also going to be doing a shootout of this against its digital clone, the plug-in version. We're going to be tracking synths and drum machines through it also. We're going to be recording some percussion also through it for electronic music. So yeah, still a lot of interesting videos coming your way. If you like the track that's playing, it's a track that I made with a singer called Cuerpos Cósmicos. The track is called Paradigm. It's out now on all major streaming platforms. You can find me under Eric Heiermann featuring Cuerpos Cósmicos. We hope this video has been fun and useful to you. I'm going to run some more sound through this, and that'll be it from me today. I hope you have a great time in the studio, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.